So here I am in my kitchen, and this is a really weird shot, but you see a power supply, you see a pump, a lot of wires in a pump, and a bunch of tubing going to another part of the sink that there's gigantic buckets, and it's a 5-gallon bucket, and this pump is primed and ready to go. I'm testing the pressure of a DCC1 pump. This is the second test. I have a cat in the way who's going to go down on the floor. A DCC1 pump connected to the power supply, you just saw it. This particular pump has a 3-pin power connector. It's actually a motherboard header connector. It has a power, black and red power, 12 volts. There's a spare wire here, which is actually an RPM sensor. So if you plugged it into your motherboard, the RPM sensor would work just like a case fan that was plugged into the motherboard that had a sensor. So we're going to turn this on. I've shunted the power supply, the green power on relay with the ground. I got this nifty little pin that came with a Coolant's case years ago. And I'm going to turn the power supply on. It's going to take a second. I'm going to read the time. I want to measure how fast it will pump 5 gallons out of this bucket. So here we go. It takes a second. The pump is, there we go. Okay, it's 8:33:14. That's 8:33:14 p.m. 14 is the seconds. So this is the same thing. It's noisy as the other one. You can probably hear the pump running. I don't know what kind of background noises there are. There's the water. You hear the water rushing through. It's definitely emptying the bucket. That seems about the same rate as the other one. It turned out to be a gallon per minute. The pump boasts 2.5 gallons per minute, and I have no idea how they measured that, but that's you can see the model of the pump right there. So I'm going to reach in here. I'm going to try to hold the camera while I'm doing this. Reach in here, show you what sort of flow is coming out. That's not too shabby. That's quite a bit of water. It's supposed to have a 20-foot head on the pump. Wow. That's definitely got some pressure. That's impressive. Wow. I just slowed the pumping down for that few moments that I did that. So let's see, where are we? We're about a third empty. It's 8:34:45. It looks like about a third. This is still pumping over here. You can tell I got a tangle of tubing in the sink. I don't want to cut it up, so I just decided to use it all also as a kind of more of a real world test, because it's going to go through a whole bunch of tubing. I don't know if you are watching this and you know anything about laminar versus turbulent flow. This, I have no idea if it's running in either or. I suspect it's in turbulent flow right now. I've done some other tests with pumps that would indicate that. So we're still waiting for it to push the bucket up. You can take a nap. You can watch the video. I can show you the power supply. It's upside down, but it's a grand total of 410 watts. That little thing has come in handy. It's got a nice big fan on it. Stays cool. And it's got the switch. I wish they all came with it. They used to come with a switching outlet on the back. So when you turn the power supply on, it would turn your monitor and whatever else on. And well, we don't get that anymore, unfortunately. Because after all, when you turn your monitor on, or turn your computer on, don't you want your monitor to come on, or monitor to come off? So this is getting, I'm going off in like wild tangents here. we're getting down towards the bottom, and I definitely got to be careful about emptying the bucket down to the bottom, because if the pump sucks air for too long, it'll actually damage it. You can't run the pump dry. Let's see, what else can we do here? 83701, 20304. We're getting about done. We're almost there. About to suck water.